Lil Meech set social media on fire after going live on Instagram and openly dissing 50 Cent, sparking one of the most intense back and forths the BMF camp has ever seen. During the live stream, Meech accused 50 of using My Family for clout and trying to control the BMF story for his own gain. He even mocked 50's age and business moves, claiming the mogul was living off past power. Within minutes, 50 Cent fired back with a post of his own, calling Meech ungrateful and warning him not to bite the hand that built his platform. Insiders say 50 was furious and reportedly texted his team about removing Meech from future BMF projects. The feud quickly dominated headlines as fans took sides across Twitter and Instagram. Some defended 50's leadership, while others praised Meech for finally standing up for himself. What once looked like mentorship has now turned into a full-blown war.
Pretty big lineup. I'm assuming that you were doing it for free?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming everyone else was doing it for free also.
I'm pretty. I don't, but I'm pretty. I mean,
yeah.
You charge a nigga to come home from jail, you.
With neither willing to back down, the rift between 50 Cent and Lil Meech threatens to destroy their partnership and the BMF legacy they helped build. Boozy showed major support for Lil Meech from the start, even offering to perform at Meech's Welcome Home concert for free. But things changed sharply when Boozy told Meech he needed to stand up to 50 Cent. That single statement altered everything. Suddenly, Boozy had put a target on his own back. Everyone knows 50 Cent doesn't tolerate disrespect. The moment Boozy spoke out, 50 responded fast and ruthless. The reply was sharp, calculated, and made it clear that Boozy had crossed a line he couldn't undo. The internet quickly noticed the shift. Timelines flooded with reactions, memes, and commentary as fans began questioning Boozy's loyalty and intentions. The situation became messier because Boozy's reputation as a rapper who stands by street ethics was now under scrutiny. No switching sides, no siding with snitches.
What's up, y'all? I woke up today and I had this overwhelming thought in my head. And I think like something is telling me to tell y'all or share this message with y'all. Cause I feel like it's somebody out here, or maybe it's just a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
But word spread that Boozy had stood with someone accused of breaking those rules. And right in the middle of this chaos stands Lil Meech, caught between two powerful forces, Boozy's street loyalty and 50 Cent's business dominance. Now Lil Meech is finally breaking his silence. But the question remains, is Lil Meech truly following Boozy's advice, or is he picking and choosing who gets called out in the street loyalty debate? What's surprising is that Boozy's support for Meech wasn't just talk. He was ready to perform for him, promote him, and defend him publicly. Yet, when he shared those same opinions on Vlad TV, it seemed he crossed an invisible line between showing support and starting unnecessary conflict. From that moment, things spiraled out of control. Boozy wasn't wrong about one thing. Lil Meech is caught in the middle of a complicated crossfire. On one side stands his father, Big Meech, whose name carries legendary weight in street culture. On the other is 50 Cent, his mentor, the powerhouse who gave him his first big break in television and turned his story into a hit series. It's loyalty versus opportunity, family versus business, and Meech is stuck right in the middle. But the truth is, Lil Meech never wanted smoke with 50. Ever since he's been known, Meech has always meant what he says. Tension flared instantly when 50 unfollowed him after Big Meech connected with Rick Ross. Sources...
What's the best memory of 50 Cent?
Best memory of 50 Cent? Ever since I met 50 Cent, he's always been stand up and probably the most truthful person I've ever met. You know, everything he tells me, he stands on it. You know, and that's important in life, loyalty and morals, and actually meaning what you say.
I love that.
And ever since I've known him, he's always meant what he says.
Hell yeah.
Shout out 50 Cent.
Say Meech was frustrated, even stressed, and tried to make peace immediately. He reached out directly to 50, sending a heartfelt message explaining his loyalty, emphasizing that his father's connection with Rick Ross was purely business. But when those private messages went public, the situation went for power players. The same day he connected with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, he posted photos online with the caption, "Real Power." Hours later, he shared another photo with Big Meech and Floyd Mayweather, sending a bold message. "I'm not choosing sides. I am the side." It's clear Lil Meech isn't backing down. He's stepping into the spotlight, taking Boozy's advice to heart, and showing that even amid chaos, he's ready to define his own power. Meanwhile, Boozy's interview didn't help his own position. By firing shots, he made himself a target for one of the most strategic opponents in the game, 50 Cent. Within hours, 50 clapped back, turning Boozy's words into viral ammunition. Posting a clip online, he delivered heavy shade. "I did more for Meech than anyone. If he gets locked up, I'm the first one he calls. I bail him out every time. But when I saw him laughing at his dad's post, I thought, oh damn, he's a snake too. Yeah, he's right where he belongs." Classic 50, calm but cutting, confident but brutal. And he wasn't just stirring drama. He truly helped change Lil Meech's life, from giving him a role of a lifetime to positioning him in the industry. In the industry, 50 Cent played a major role in transforming Lil Meech from a legacy name into a rising star with his own identity. But that's where the tension gets personal. Insiders say 50 believes Big Meech switched up because he felt overshadowed, thinking 50 had become a bigger father figure to his son than he could from behind bars. Didn't hold back, doubling down in another Instagram post, writing that he had been trying to guide Meech Jr., while Big Meech seemed to normalize risky behavior. He even claimed he had to send Lil Meech to rehab after seeing him show up to set high, an incident reportedly noticed by actor Russell Hornsby during a weapons test. Whether true or part of 50's signature trolling, it hit hard, shaking both the industry and the streets. This was no longer just a feud. It was 50 rewriting the narrative in real time, turning personal tension into public theater, showing that when it comes to power moves, he's always one step ahead. When Ian told 50 Cent that Lil Meech had whippets in his truck, 50 was shocked. Whippets, commonly used in BB guns, weren't a good look for someone building an acting career under his guidance. Still, Lil Meech...
Big lineup. I'm assuming that you were doing it for free.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming everyone else was doing it for free also.
I'm pretty. But I'm pretty. I mean, you charge a nigga to come home from jail, you.
Boozy, known for being vocal against snitches, was now supporting someone surrounded by similar rumors. When questioned, Boozy said he hadn't followed all the online chatter, insisting the concert was about love and legacy, not gossip, and that he wouldn't break his word. The streets, however, weren't convinced. The same man who had cut off his close friend Roe over alleged snitching was now standing beside someone with whispers around their name. Back in 2023, Boozy had made his stance clear on The Breakfast Club. Roe was a friend, but when it seemed he was talking, Boozy couldn't rock with him. He distanced himself completely, showing that loyalty in his world has strict rules. Loyalty isn't flexible. That's what makes this situation so complicated. Boozy once drew a hard line when it came to snitching, but now he's stepping into territory that blurs that code, leaving fans questioning whether his loyalty is real or just selective. Boozy didn't just cut Roe off, he burned the bridge completely. When Roe threw shade after his release from prison, it didn't take long for things to explode publicly. Roe had made a comment during an interview, saying he wasn't focused on performing into his 40s like Boozy, but rather on building a label, adding that he wanted to emulate Birdman's empire. But if Roe thought Boozy would let that slide, he clearly underestimated it. Once he feels betrayed, there's no coming back, which makes it all the more confusing to see him now standing by Lil Meech and his family, despite rumors surrounding them. The same man who publicly ended friendships over alleged snitching is now defending someone with similar whispers around their name, leaving fans wondering if his street code still stands, or if loyalty bends under pressure. Boozy's track record with loyalty was always crystal clear, until now. When Ty was accused of snitching on his own cousin, Boozy didn't hesitate. He scrapped their joint album and cut ties completely, showing there was no room for compromise when it came to the street code. But now, people are asking why he isn't giving Lil Meech that same energy. According to WAC 100, Boozy is playing selective politics, picking and choosing when to apply his principles. Fans are starting to agree. The consistency isn't there anymore. Many say Boozy could have supported Lil Meech quietly without putting himself in 50 Cent's crosshairs. Instead, he went public, loud and emotional, turning one man's family issue into a new target for 50's legendary trolling. And if history is any indication, 50 won't let that slide. Through posts, memes, or subtle jabs, he'll make sure Boozy pays for stepping into his lane. At the end of the day, this situation shows how fast the lines between loyalty, business, and ego can blur in hip-hop. Boozy might have meant well, but he fumbled the play badly. The whole industry is watching to see how it unfolds. So, what do you think? Will 50 keep taking shots at Boozy, or will he let it fade away? And is Boozy really standing on principle, or bending the rules for the wrong reasons? Lil Meech set social media ablaze after going live on Instagram and openly dissing 50 Cent, sparking one of the most intense back and forths the BMF camp has ever seen. During the street culture, on the other was 50 Cent, his mentor who gave him his first big break and turned his story into a hit series. Meech never wanted conflict, yet the storm was unavoidable. Despite the chaos, he remained grateful to 50, acknowledging the platform, guidance, and opportunities he had received while his father was behind bars. Meanwhile, Boozy's position complicated things. Known for a strict street code and cutting ties over alleged snitching, he now stood by Meech despite rumors surrounding him. Fans questioned his loyalty, seeing inconsistency compared to his past actions with other artists like Roe and Ty. Boozy's public support, although genuine in intent, drew him into 50's trolling, making him a new target and blurring the line between loyalty and politics. Cent didn't hold back. He took personal incidents public, criticized behavior on set, and used social media to reinforce his dominance. From posting private messages to mocking Meech's choices, he turned tension into public theater, proving he is always one step ahead when it comes to power moves. Lil Meech, however, has adapted. He's working harder than ever, producing content, connecting with power players like Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, and establishing his own identity outside his father's legacy. This saga illustrates the delicate balance of loyalty, legacy, and ego in hip-hop. Relationships, even with mentors and family, are tested under the spotlight, and actions have lasting consequences.